we have the short code that you can call to be able to report issues about corruption and integrity related. Like we said, we have work-in services. You can work in and report issues about corruption. We also have partnership as part of this effort. And like we have always said on this platform and other platforms, the fight against corruption cannot be won by a single institution. So it involves every one of us, including you in the market, you in the traffic, you wherever you find yourself. So that is the reason why we are collaborating as civil society and government institutions. So as part of this partnership, we have consented to always read out the numbers through which you can contact the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. This is the institution clothed with the responsibility of investigating, prosecuting, and creating awareness about corruption in Liberia. So we encourage you to report issues about corruption to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission through the following means. They have the hotline numbers. The numbers are 0555. That's 0, the 5 3 times. 395 0555 395 728. Again, 0555. The 5 after the 0, you put 5 3 times, then you put 3 and put 9 5, then 728 rather. Or you just dial 4048. So that's short code 4048. That is to contact the LAC to report issues about corruption. So if you call it this number, it means that you have concrete facts. You want to either provide lead to the SEC so that they can investigate. So it means you have something to report. So that is the reason why we are announcing the number. If you don't have anything to report, don't call the LACC. The number we are announcing now, they are for the LACC. If you have nothing to report about corruption, do not call the people. The other number also call the LACC is 0776 600. That is 600. Another 0, then you put 50. So it's 0776 600 60050. Those are the numbers to call to contact the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. So the Integrity Watch radio program we have rules governing the program. So we inform our guests when they appear on this platform, be very informative. So we have zero tolerance on the use of invectives and denigrating comments. Today is Thursday, September the 16th, 2021, and this edition of the program will be discussing a wide range of national integrity, accountability, and governance issues. So we're going to be talking about a few issues regarding integrity, accountability, and governance. But before we go to that and to talk about our talking points, let us go to the next segment of our program. That is the next segment of our program, Little Things That Matter. Under Little Things That Matter, we want to say to the president as he attends the extraordinary session of the West African heads of states and government in Accra, Ghana. We want to wish him well, and we ask that he be safe as usual and to return to our country to execute the duties and responsibilities for which he has been, as he has always been doing. But Your Excellency, we also want to encourage you and to inform you that as engaged your colleagues, we also want you to remind them, like you said last week or a week ago, that you told them to avoid, constitutional, to be very keen about constitutional term limits. So he told them that this is one of the things that can cause political upheavals. So they should guard against that and make sure that they respect the laws of their countries. And we said last week that apart from this, we also want you to please tell them also that apart from constitutional term limits, there are other things that are also detrimental and could lead to political and other upheavals. So issues of very similar importance, like impunity. Impunity in the nation is a recipe for chaos. When people feel that people violate and they go with impunity, there's no one, the law is not taking its course against people. People will seek redress when they don't trust the legal system. Then they look for other means through which they can seek redress. So impunity is very important for us to make sure the culture of impunity and in our different countries and across the region. So impunity could be one of the issues that you could talk to them about. Remind them that impunity is very important. We need to erase the culture of impunity within our different countries. We also want you to remind them about corruption, rampant corruption. When corruptions are taking place in different governments, at different ministries and agencies, and people go with impunity, they corrupt the state and go with impunity, these are grounds for political upheavals. So we also want you to remind your colleagues to guide against these also, to make sure that they are very straight and straightforward on the fight against corruption in their different countries, so that people don't misuse and abuse state resources at any way and anyhow. So we want you to remind them about that as well. We also want to remind them to respect the rule of law and policies of their countries. So remind your colleagues to respect the rule of law, to uphold the rule of law in their countries across the region. So when the rule of law is upheld, then people now will trust and always want to go through the system or the legal system. But when people don't trust the legal system, then they will try to look for other means. Then there where violence come in. People will now turn and subject to violence because the system that should be giving them redress is not giving them redress. So we want you to remind your colleagues about the rule of law, upholding the rule of law. We also want you to also remind them about unfair distribution of their country's resources. So when the resources of nations are not distributed fairly, when they are distributed on the basis of friendship and cronyism and whatever means that people think they are not benefiting a fair share of the resources, these are recipe also for political and other upheavals. So we want you to also remind your colleagues as you continue to engage with them and on this mission that you are on right now. We also want you to like we said, cronyism and marginalization. When certain group of people feel marginalized and they feel that the worth of the country is just in the hands of just a few group of people, and the rest of them, they are marginalized, they cannot find food to eat, at least a day's meal. They feel that they are they are subjected to suffering and abject poverty. So when people are into poverty, they succumb to so many things. Then there where people now start to score goals and they carry hand out to them and they think that they are doing and they feel that they are doing good for them. No, rather than giving them handout, what should be done is let the service delivery reach them. When service delivery reach the people through the system that's of governance, the systems of governance, then they become happy and they don't feel excluded and marginalized. So marginalization is one of the things you need to highlight to your colleagues as you engage with them. And These are things that we wanted you to, to bring to your attention as you engage with your colleagues so that you can inform them about these things. Thank you ever so much. We hope your stay in Accra, Ghana will be very fruitful and rewarding. The next thing we want to talk about is the reappearance of rice on the Liberian market. Yes, last week and the weeks following, the government, through the Ministry of Information, told the public that there was rice on the market. That was not a reality. The reality was there was shortage of rice on the market. So we told the minister that he was not fair to the people of Liberia when he said there was rice on the market and they could not find rice to buy. That was wrong. So we said to the minister, you didn't treat the people well. And we said, when people into leadership, when they're speaking to the people, that you speak to the people with sincerity and integrity, not questioning the integrity of the minister, but at that particular point, the minister was not fair to the people. So, but now, when rice is on the market, as we are seeing now, even though the price is a little bit high, yes, we know that it's just coming back. We may come back to the normal state. We know that. So let's manage with that. But at least we don't see the long queue that we used to see before. A week or two ago, people were queuing up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. Disregarding all of the risks involved. They were queuing up at different warehouses in order to have access to rice. And then the government come up and say rice is available on the market. That was, like deceptive to me. So we said it. We told him so that was wrong. He was not saying the right thing. But now, at least, you can see in the shops, there are rice available. You can see in the different stores, there are rice available, different kinds. So people can have option of what type of rice to buy. Despite of the prices, yes, they will, like I said, it will come down because it's just coming back to the market. So the prices might be a little bit high. There will be a little bit of differences in the prices, but I know that certain that it will come back to the normal state. But congratulations to the government of Liberia for that effort so far, for ensuring that the nation's staple was reintroduced or is back on the market. We say kudos to the Minister of Commerce and all those who are working behind the scene to make sure that the public is served. So thank you ever so much. We say congratulations to the government of Liberia for that. The next thing we want to talk about is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This one we will take it back to the President. Your Excellency, you are seated right there at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There are serious tension, it's not brewing any longer, but the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is in serious crisis. You don't need rocket scientists to tell you that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is in serious crisis. One particular case in point is the recent issue, the appointment of someone who was not in line with the rules governing the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The minister was traveling instead of the one who's supposed to be next in line according to the laws. He took somebody else from legal service to represent him, to work in his stead instead of the deputy minister for administration. I think, Your Excellency, you need to intervene. We ask you again, at what proportion you want this crisis to reach before you can intervene? The ministers are not on good terms with each other. It is now going further to diplomatic missions. Diplomatic missions are not on good terms with some ministers at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And Your Excellency, you still look at these things and you're overlooking them. They are not branding the country rightly out there. Recently, right now, a delegation is in America. The Minister of Foreign Affairs was not part of that. There was allegations of serious tension between the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of State. I don't know whether this issue has been resolved. Your Excellency, you need to deal with these kind of things. These things are not auguring well for your administration, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the institution of government responsible to steer the affairs of all of our foreign activities and diplomatic activities. When they are in crisis, we will not have better output. If it cannot work within, it will not work without. So when it's not working in, it will reflect outside. And the reflection outside is going to be very detrimental to the image of our country. So that is the reason why we continue to raise it on this platform so that the president's attention can be drawn to this and take immediate action. Okay, that's that about that. And briefly, we want to talk about, okay, we'll leave that in the meantime. So we will take a break. When we come back, we go to our talking point and tell you what are the things we're going to be talking about and how the participation. So let's take a break. Welcome back. The program you are tuned to right now is called The Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on ECOWAS Radio 91.5 FM and is relayed on Prime FM in Monrovia 105.5 FM. It runs from 11 to 12 noon and it is a primary radio-based communication and information dissemination platform of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. So today we're going to be talking about key issues, and let me just raise some of the issues. We are concerned about the outcome of the reported solicitation of kickbacks or kickback from an investor by the coordinator of special presidential project in the office of His Excellency President George Banawia, and in person of Madam Keita. So we are concerned. It has been, just to give you a little bit of background to this, the information came out that the coordinator was soliciting bribe or kickback from an investor who has come for investment purposes on the invitation of this coordinator. The information came out thanks to Front Page Africa. The publication came out on Front Page Africa, and the government and the president was very swift in reacting to that. But in his reaction, the president, rather than asking the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission to investigate the matter, he preferred his legal advisor, Councillor Ajibar Bernard. He preferred Councillor Bernard to query the coordinator. But it has been some time now, nothing has been heard. I've made some efforts. I reached out to the LACC to find out whether this matter has been forwarded to them. Because you remember, after that situation, we spoke with the LACC executive chair and we asked him about that. And he told us on this platform that the matter was going to be investigated. And when it was going to be forwarded to the LACC by the legal office of the president. But our contact with the LACC as of yesterday, the LACC have had no access to that information yet. So there were a few things that keep lingering our minds. So the LACC that even though that breach has already taken place, there were breach in that. But there are a few things that keep lingering in our minds. Whether or not the move by the president was rather another, a form of cover up to just send the matter to 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 his legal advisor and just let it be until the matter can die, or whether it's just another corruption case that will just come up, people hear about it, and the next thing it dies. After 2 weeks or 1 week, the matter is gone, and nothing else happens. So what is it that is happening? We want to talk about that, and also we made effort to reach to the GAC regarding this issue surrounding the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation audit. So we contacted the GAC through the communication unit. We spoke with the communication director yesterday and wishing speedy recovery. He told us that he was not very well. He was undergoing treatment, but he was going to send us the document to clarify the information in the public about the audit that was conducted. So we were giving the benefit of the doubt, but we just wanted to share with you that we are making some effort to make sure that all of these things, the public is informed. These hula balloons, especially that the controller of the ACC, the LWSC, is claiming that he was never contacted during the period of the audit. When I spoke with Mr. Biden yesterday, he said there was ongoing audit at the LWSC. So the audit was already commissioned at the LWSC, and the audit that was requested by the president to be done in 30 days, when that information request came to the GAC, the Auditor General went back to the president and told him that it was not possible for that audit to be conducted within 30 days because there were a lot of things that needed, and then it was procurement audit. So the president said he needed that. So they conducted the audit, procurement audit, and they realized that the procurement were in line with the World Bank procurement policy. So, and the funding for that particular project was provided by the World Bank. So, according to him, it was in line with the policy of the World Bank procurement policy. But the comptroller is claiming that he is the one who's in charge of all financial transactions, even procurement. I'm sure the procurement unit is supposed to be working along with the controller, because the controller general is supposed to have information about all procurements that go on, because financial transaction will take place. So he's claiming that he was never contacted during the period of audit. So that is the reason why we contacted the GC to find out what happened along the way. So we'll come back to you with further information on this particular matter so that we can make it clear to you to have an understanding of what really went or what may have happened. Because the information is out there, so they are different. The controller has his own information, the GAC report has another one. So today we are particularly going to be talking about the outcome of the report or the inquiry that's supposed to be done by the legal advisor to the president. Where are we on that? How far have we gone? We tried contacting yesterday. I called Smith, could not get Smith. I realized later on that I also tried calling Solo Kebe. I realized later that Solo was in Ghana with the president, so we will further contact him on WhatsApp. But we tried, trying to get clarity on this particular matter. Where are we on this particular one? How far has the audit, the the investigation gone. Why did the president decide to send this particular matter to the legal office rather than the LACC? Was it another form of cover-up? That the LACC as yet, the LACC has not have the information. The case has not been forwarded to the LACC for further, because the LACC boss told us that when the matter comes, they will have to seek further clarity. So they'll have to go to them after the query. They will have to seek further clarity what they need be pieces of provided so they can proceed to court. So today we want to ask you to provide your opinion. What do you think? What was intent by taking this matter rather than the LCC and sending it to the legal office of the president? Is it now another dead case? Will we have this matter, going to court or knowing the outcome of it? Like usually it happens when matter goes when when they are investigated and goes to the president. I mean, usually it becomes a dead case. Is this another one? What can the public keep being informed about the situation regarding the issue involving Madam Keita? Provide your input. We'll open the lines for you to provide your input. We can talk, like we said, next week we are going to do further investigation and follow up on the matter with the LWSC so that we can bring the information to you to have clear understanding of what was the process that went on, what type of audit was conducted, and what the informations that were gathered, what were the scope of the audit. So when we know the scope of the audit, when the information are provided, then we can be able to talk about that next to the GEC as well. I know that people have different opinion on the matter, but let's talk about the issue with Madam Keita. Where are we? What information do you have about the outcome of their case, or will we ever see it appearing on maybe going forward to the LACC? Let's hear you. We now open the line so that you can participate on the program. The number to call is 077 0779 000 691 0779 0691. You see another dead case is, will the matter ever be sent to the LACC for further event, or was it meant for cover up by the office of the president? And what can we do? How can the public keep informed about the happening? This involves the image of our country. If allegations, officials soliciting bribe from investors, is true, it means that we need to have deterrence. And in order to have, the means need to be taken against anyone who may be caught in this matter. And this one came to the public glare. So where are we on that? What do you for that? Is that was it that cover up by so that the matter can go under the carpet, the legal office, and not the office of the LACC? We have a caller on the line. Let's hear this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Brother. My name is Thomas Hinen.
Mr. Hinen.
Yeah, my brother, you see, our country, people all feel like when they happen 1 week, if we don't go above, then they forget about it. That's the reason why our leaders are always doing the wrong thing. We have you are led as somebody commit a crime or soliciting bribe from institutions. What you do, you send the person to the regular authority to investigate them. Or send the person to another advisor who will also be a part for us. We look at the person is not ready to fight corruption. You know what part of corruption. So this person that the problem is with this president. are done at the small, we're getting poorer. Every day the same story out. This person is now ready and you whole weapon.
I mean, it's like the usually when issues of such or corruption come up, the evidence are not adduced so that they can be able to prosecute. Maybe it is intended for the law officer to gather all of the pieces of evidence surrounding that before he can go forward to the LACC. What do you think?
Yeah, but before to accuse someone from the arm of the prosecuting arm of government, they have to first of all do their background investigation, which is just the ministry or the LACC, and go proceeding to the court, right? But they will not do that. Even if they have it, you are hearing a lot of canal or thing between the justice ministry and other people that like president. So the people, even if they get the evidence, brother, they will not prosecute people because no one person will be brave in this country to even see 100,000. One person will just see or take it away and eat it. It's not possible. There are a lot of hands will be in that. So nobody wants for the they need to go and to come in the picture. So with all this is the world bank, everything is the world bank procurement document, and we go by it. The people are competing for example, somebody is working for 5,000. In 1 year time, if they was at work over 300,000, when you say they think you should bring evidence.
Okay, all right. That is the reason. Okay, thank you so much, Hina. That is the reason why the passage of the see, we want to say thank the LACC, and also to add our the voice of the LACC to also remind officials who are going to the LACC for for queries or questioning. Like the LACC said, I think it is good enough that you still don't carry a lot of security officers so that you don't try to intimidate investigators, to put fear in the investigators in any way. So okay, let's talk about the issue. Is it a cover up, or what do you think? How can the matter? What was the proper procedure that you should follow? So the public can about the allegation of solicitation of bribe by Madam Keita at in the office of president. What was the proper channel that should have followed? That should have been followed for that matter to be laid to rest, so that the public, the country's image can be restored or can continue on the path it has been on. So the number to call to participate on the program 0779 000691, 0779 000691, 0779 000691. That's the number to call to be live on the program. And the program you are listening to right now is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on ECOWAS Radio 91.5 FM and is relayed on Prime FM in Monrovia 105.5 FM. We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, sir. This is Solomon from East Island, community called 540.
Okay, so let's hear you.
I've been support and I love that idea that if something going to a court, you education that they can to put a lot of youth armed behind you. I appreciate and I love that idea because it puts even to the counselor. That even if it's just there, they will say having and not twisting way to in support this my support institution.
Okay. Thank you. So is also questioning people who are going to the LACC for for questioning or to provide information to the LACC to avoid having huge security presence at the LACC. So we're talking about today about the issue involving Madam Keita, the allegations about what was the right procedure that should have been followed. Should it have been the legal officer or the LACC? What do you think? What's your opinion on that one? Let's share it together. The fight against corruption cannot be done by a single individual. It involves every one of us. So in order to talk about, we need to talk about these things so that we can find redress to them. Matters discussed are matters resolved. So let us talk about them and see how we can find solution to them. The numbers to call to be live on the program 0779 0000691, 0779 0000691. That's the number to call to be live on the program. Integrity Watch, it's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on Equus Radio 91.5 FM. If you are viewing us live on our Integrity Watch, Integrity TV, we have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Jordan Kiresman and I'm joining from the Publicity Fire Center.
Okay, Jordan, let's hear you.
Yeah, let me just add on to the many voices that they said, like what you are just telling on the program. Let me commend you for that effort, making some clarity when it comes to correction, education, and things to be research or whatever I think the mind the president did not get it right by being able to turn to his job.
Because
this is why you are there overnight to do
so rather it should have been to the LACC and not the decoy advisor to the president, Jonah. Okay. So now what do you think about the people going to the LACC and carrying large, huge security officers? What do you think about that?
Very actually to be like, it was so scary to the people who are supposed to carry on their origins in preparedness. I think it's not necessary for people to go there with ammunition or that really to also provide some care for something that need to be asked to for people to prepare things.
Okay, all right. Thank you ever so much. Your points are well noted. 0779 0000691. 0779 0000691. That's the number to call to be live on the program Integrity Watch. It is a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on Equus Radio 1.5. We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? Good morning, caller. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Prince Gary. I'm calling from the Farmington Hotel.
Okay, Prince, let's hear you.
Yeah. For me, the president was wrong by sending that jet to a legal advisor. Because if you get it look at it truly, it means that the president knew what he was doing. So for Gary to just sit down and decide on her own to instead of money for an investor.
No, she didn't. She it's not clear yet that she was soliciting. It means that she asked for it. She allegedly asked for it, but she didn't get it, and the investor alarmed.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was said was to investigate to know whether it is true that she actually asked for such a money from an investor.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the president was wrong by sending her to a legal advisor. You attend to it. She's going to LCC for investigation.
Okay. All right. So thank you ever so much, Prince. Your points are well noted. People understand they're trying to tell us the procedure that should have been followed. These are all worthy for our democracy so that the people can share their opinions on issues regarding our governance processes. And we want to solicit your view this morning on the information on this matter about what was the rightful procedure that should have been followed. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Your name and where are you coming from?
I'm calling from Mabakuri. I'm Philip James
Mr. Nangwe, let's hear you. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, concerning our accused When a critical rule is not brought into that's kind of
What?
The Minister of Presidency said should be part of it too.
Is that what you think? How should be? Why you should be part of it? What is that?
You are working the service there.
What evidence do you have about that?
I can see out and watch.
What the action have you seen?
The action here is they're working the office over there, and it is not making money equal to a national market on salary level now. So the so that people they would say that they discuss the money of that. I say, okay, we will tell you, you go, and be there, but after we get kids because we in call, we continue to call, man.
Was it a red channel? Was it a red channel that the president used to send it to the legal advisor and not the LACC?
No, it was not the red channel because the legal advisor is that's the way you go over the war. One day will call away and send out people who again people back here, people back in their eye.
Yes.
So what I want to say here is the question is too heavy. All right, we talk about the fact that it's very like authority. There's a heavy politics going on there, lots is going on there. But the federal employees are working on that to see how they get, the schools are going in, so these are information that is,
No, wait. Mr. Nangwe? Yeah, did you say FDA? What is the specific issue that's going on there that you want to talk about?
This is why I feel that this program, I'm sure that that's why we will be on, but I'm telling you that employees of the forensic development authority and right now is modernity to see how they get the schools got in the employing the health correction. Yes, do that.
What the health correction specifically? Just talk about one. Let's hear it. We can do further investigation, but you already talked about it on the video. Let's at least one instance.
That is just fine.
Yeah.
The correction we're talking about is taking the money, eating the money, and what there's a lot of things. If you have a level that two of you are the same case, we can get more information on that.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, we announced number, but the reason why I'm asking because we want people to speak with, at least have basic information about what you're talking about so that we can be able to trace, at least have a trace of what you're talking about. So when you say corruption going on, it sounds very interesting. We want to be specific, at least specific. These are things that are happening and it involves this so and so number of persons, and this person is involved. Thank you ever so much. Let's the number to call 0779 0000691 0779 0000691. That's the number to call to be live on the program, Integrity Watch. It is a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center of Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on ECOWAS Radio 91.5 FM. And we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, okay, this is calling from
Ledger hand, you said?
Yeah, okay. I want to get some information, okay? For those, the information I could
Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where the government have an agency called the General Services Agency,
Mm-hmm.
And who work for government for the past 29 to 30 years, and we retire, then you get into $1,500. Is that part of the corruption, or is it the act of the CSA that we work for many years to give that kind of money?
They give it to you as what, retirement benefit?
As handshake.
Okay. But it's given to every retiree as handshake from the CSA and not part of your pension benefit? So I want to understand something because people who listen will also want to understand what you're talking about. So you work with the CSA, and then when you work, oh, okay. So My question is, I want to get something clear. My question is, the 350 you're talking about, is it part of your retirement benefit or aside from your retirement benefit?
Yeah, but I want money. I just want to know on that issue. How many dollars does it to be passing over the administration?
No, I mean, I want, because I will have follow up on it, but I want to get more information about it so that I can follow up on it. That's why I'm asking you to provide me more information. I can follow up on it for you. So you call it handshake? They call it handshake, right? Okay, I'm going to follow up to know what the handshake is, and I will get back, to provide that information to you. So I just needed to get more clarity about it. I will find out about what it is. Thank you ever so much. 0779-0691, the number to call to be live on the program. Integrity Watch is a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on Ecowas Radio. What was the proper channel the students should have? We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Judo and I'm calling from the warehouse power down.
Okay. Mr. Kamuka, let's hear you.
My contribution towards the program this morning is our country today sees the corruption that is taking place from all our government agencies, whatsoever place. Corruption is too large, and this federal government that we have today, and I ought to fight corruption because there are so many losses when it comes to the government. So to face them fighting against corruption it will be hard.
And Kamukai. Kamukai, you talk about corruption at different ministries and agencies too large. Specifically, if you talk about at least one ministry and what type of corruption you witness at this ministry.
The example of LPSC, it was a line of blow. Now, when line of blow, the president decided to suspend
the managing director and the deputy, yes. Yes.
He was suspended. Then after he presented it to GSA, they went to
GAC.
Investigation. Hello?
The GAC rather.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm telling you, not CS, the GAC that did the audit.
They do the investigation. Look at the report, and the deputy minister was then invited to the investigation. How will you allow a blow by somebody, and then you call the horseman, and then you call the other man, then you don't call the other man from the other side to come and get one or three. So how will you go on the investigation, then come with conclusion, then you spare the other man, the other man back. So it was embarrassing really, and it is too competitive. So it competes too obviously. How will you spare the other man, the other man out? So they made that the government not justice. They don't want to fight corruption because they don't want for corruption to finish this country.
Okay.
They're not there for themselves. They're not there for the people.
All right. Thank you ever so much. Like I said, we'll talk about this the LWSC matter next week. We'll try to talk about it a little bit when we get further information. Like the GAC people told us that there were different. There are different types of audits. So the audit that was conducted was procurement audit, and the procurement audit shows that there were some level of compliance. The number to call to be live on the program 0779 0000691 0779 0000691. We have a few more minutes to go to be live on this program. It is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Thursday on Ecowas Radio 91.5 FM and is relayed on Prime FM 105.5. What was the proper procedure the president should have followed in terms of the issue involving the alleged solicitation of kickback by we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? You say your name is? Okay, sir. Let's hear you. Mm-hmm. You're right.
And then if you see the president is sharing petition, the president sending the lady to what? The chair to the president. That's not wrong.
Okay.
The first thing you should do, send people for the policy commission era to see and to see the best of the people. The people that saying the people that saying that to see the best of the culture of the people. Two, to see how straight I want to go to church, that is a person know that the person is doing well.
Okay.
But telling that I already see from that we're going to preach it, to do what you. And like they're going to kill you because if you still want to do that, it's free up. If they are there, it's true, you're going to see it. I don't do it.
No, but sir, that analogy you're giving about police station, I mean, when you send people to police station, it doesn't mean that the case ain't there. Do you know that? So, oh, okay. All right. So the channel would have been to LACC and not the legal advisor. That's what you mean? Okay. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you ever so much. Okay, sir, it's our last caller. We say thank you for your participation. That has been so interesting. So, sir is saying that okay, let me just address the issue. So people think that the reason why people don't try to go to take matter to police is because when people are taken to police, they are freed. When you take one to a police station, the matter does not end there. It means that you have to follow up so that after 3 days or 2 days, 3 days, that person is supposed to be taken to court so that you can be able to go to court with the person. Or if you want to free the person, then when you go there, when it is compromised, you say, yes, we have come to compromise. But usually people think that the police can just free people, out of their own will. The law provides that when you take somebody to court or to the police station, the police can only but hold the person for 72 hours. So after that, they're supposed to forward them to court. So when they go into court, when they're supposed to go to court and there's no one, the complainant is not available, then what do you expect the police to do? So I just want to provide that clarity. The program you are listening to is called Integrity Watch. You've been listening to Rado. It's called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. Next week is going to be very interesting. We have a line of guests for next week. We have 2 guests that we're going to be talking about public health and governance and accountability issue next week. Join us for that edition. So the program is Integrity Watch. It was 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It comes to your airwaves every Thursday on FOS Radio 91.5 FM and relayed on Prime FM. My name is Zokar Zota. I'm the Media and Communications Officer at the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. My colleagues Mark Bonao and Geraldine T. Wendy, they've been behind the camera, making sure our visibility goes beyond the studio on Integrative TV. Join us next week, Thursday, for another edition of the program. Like we said, it's going to be very fascinating and interesting. Join us if you can. Bye-bye.